How's it going, you guys? Now, what I'm going to need y'all to do, if you get the opportunity, is message in chat whether my audio is too quiet or the music is too loud. Because I want this to be educational for you and you to actually hear what thought process behind what I'm doing. So, last time we were in here, at the end of the last stream, I may have moved some of the lights around and set up slightly different lighting. Like I put a light here and a light here that is different than the lights that were there. Maybe I made some of these bigger, some of these smaller. Just kind of trying to figure lighting out right now. Now that being said, we do have this. This is our mood board. So we're not hopping back and forth in between YouTube. So I am really, I guess what we're trying to do, if you weren't here for the last stream, is this is the mood board for Not Important Studios. So Not Important Studios just did a Blender conference like talk, and in that talk he broke down kind of how he does product modeling, and I love his product modeling. I love it. One thing that I am catching here is he doesn't really have much in the front light area. Everything seems to be pretty darn overhead. This one has a small soft light here. Very small, very soft. No sharp. This one has sharp like rim light there. I do like some of these shots. I just think this just looks clean. But one of the things he said, just in case you weren't in our last stream, is he said, and I'll try and get this to where the I'll put it right here because I know whoever's watching vertically, you'll be able to see it up here. So he starts with the hero shot. When he does any kind of product modeling, he starts with a hero shot. He sets up a scene that he wants the entire animation to end on. And then adds some motion to that, adds some animation, kind of the final, like piecing everything together. And with that, he also does it in this one as well, where this is his hero shot. Then, once he has that motion set up and he has that shot figured out, how he wants it to end, then he goes into move the camera around and get some new shots based off of that animation that he'll use for the beginning shots. So he'll get more detailed shots for the beginning of the animation earlier on, after he finishes his hero shot. And so I have a couple of the hero shots here, and then I have a couple of the earlier close-ups. And then so here we have, I guess this one should be down here. Switch these around, right? Like this. So hero shot, hero shot, hero shot, hero shot, hero shot, detail shot, detail shot, detail shot, detail shot, detail shot, detail shot. And so he's starting here. And then based off of what he creates here, he knows kind of what he's gonna need for details. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to use that technique and learn from it and do our own product animation. So that being said, we can hop right back into Blender here. And this is more or less where we left off. Now, I did post on YouTube a little screenshot of this and said, what should we throw into, what props should we use? Because he obviously uses a lot of props. He's got cement and wood here. He's got wood and looks like wheat, some kind of grass. Here it's pretty bland, pretty, well, not bland, it's very pretty, but also it doesn't have very many props, right? So I was thinking, because we decided to go with, last time we decided to go with a model, a purple fluid here, I was like, well, why not make a lavender oil or whatever? And we can come up with branding later in a later stream. But for right now, lavender oil, what do we want as props? So I went and I brought in, and I'll open my asset browser here, and I'll type in lavender, and I'll just drop it right here into frame. I downloaded this, we'll just zoom in on it. I bought this off of TurboSquid, and it's just a photogrammetry, I forget what you call that. Yeah, it's photogrammetry of a bouquet of lavender. And it doesn't look that good. It's not very high resolution. It's kind of low res, but I went in and I chopped some of these pieces off. So I'm actually going to delete that. And let's go back to our camera. I just set them up in the scene. I was supposed to do this on stream, but I just set them up in the stream. I put a, let's see, I put a subdivision surface modifier on each of these so that it's rounding it out a little bit. And this is obviously our main focus. So in the shot, I feel like that looks just fine. It's also quite like depth of field. We have a kind of a shallow depth of field here, which means that they're not really going to be in focus, which is kind of the whole point, right? We want to keep it the main focus. Now, one thing I am noticing looking at a lot of these is he doesn't have, at least on this one, he doesn't have like a front light. It's being lit from the top completely. You could see that with these shadows here, maybe top right, which is fine. That's okay. So let's, and again, let me know. I wish I could type in the chat here on the Streamlabs controller. I can't, but type in chat if you can't hear me, right? Let me know if my audio is too low. I have it maxed out, but I can lower the music too. So I also have this piece of glass here. This is another thing he does, where he'll use like a piece of glass in front of the camera to get some really cool kind of shots. There's another thing I want to do, and I already made it, but I want to remake it again, so that we're doing this all together. So I'm not even going to show you what it was. I'm just going up. Well, there it is. I meant to delete that. I want to put some glass reliefs in here. He uses glass, and I really like how it looks. I was thinking about going a little bit more with the construction style thing he's got going on there, but I don't think it would make sense with like a lavender oil. So I think we're gonna try and use the same glass relief that he's got going on. We're just gonna use it in our own way. So he's got spheres here. I don't really wanna do spheres. I feel like, especially with this long spindly flower, I feel like it would look cooler if we had like flowing glass coming behind. And I don't know if you guys have just updated your iPhones to the new iOS, but I'm loving the liquid glass kind of refraction through and the way that it warps whatever's behind it. So I'm going to utilize that. Now, one of the ways that we could do this is we could just start by, let's click on our bottle here, and let's get centered on that. Let's hide our camera too, just for now. We could see what we got here. We have all of our area lights. I am thinking I'm probably going to get rid of this one right here, or I'm going to scale it on the y-axis quite large, like that, because I really like how that looks. And scale it on the z-axis, right? So if we scale this down, maybe we can get kind of that same edge light that he has on his. Yeah, right there. That's fantastic. Now, one of the things I'm wondering is, you do see some of these reflecting in, but it's definitely got an opaque look to his fluid, much more opaque than ours is. So maybe what I'll do is we'll switch over to our shader editor down here, And I'll try and keep this in an area that you guys can see if you're on the vertical. I'm wondering if we don't make this slightly rough, this fluid slightly rough, just to get a little bit more diffusion in there. I think that will look really good. So it's not perfectly reflective, right? And that might be a little too rough, but I'm kind of liking what that's doing. I'm thinking that looks just fine. Let's actually come in here and let's look at this a little bit better. I almost want to go like this, and I want to go hide the bottle, and I kind of want to look at the top of this and see how this is looking. This looks fine, except I don't think oil would do this. So let's zoom in on here. Let's hit edit. Let's go to 3 and Control Shift select this, GZ, and let's bring this down like that. And because that's more how liquid would sit in there, right? Let's also hit tab and let's go shade smooth here on this. Now we are still kind of getting some problems here. What if I go like that, 2 on there? We'll stick with 1. I do want, let's go like this. So that's what that looks like. I do want to, maybe we throw a bevel modifier on this. Hops mirror. What happens if I turn this off? I don't think we need this mirror. And I don't think we need this collision. I feel like that's, I wonder if the actual glass has that too. I want to throw a bevel modifier on this. And let's go 2, 3, and let's make this pretty big. What happens if we throw this up above? That's not what we want. That looks fine. Let's go back down to our empty and turn that bottle back on. And I'm thinking that looks just a slight bit better. View camera. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go over here and look at this. I'm wondering if he doesn't just have, let's go, what are we in edit mode? Let's click on this, let's hide it again. Let's go back onto this, let's tab GZ. Let's take all of this, GZ. Let's turn that back on. See what that looks like. Might be a little too low in there. This is up pretty high. So let's hide this again. And let's go tab, scale, GZ, go Control R, scale. Now, let's turn this back on and see if that doesn't, oh, not camera, this. I think that looks way better. It's coming up right to there. I think that looks great. Let's see how that's sitting in this glass though. Go tab on both of these. And right now we're not seeing that. That's what I want to be seeing. So this is the oil. We do have it on the outside. I just feel like this is too much on the outside. So let's go 3. Oh, is this doubled? Looks like it's doubled. That's what that is. Let's go 2. Cancel. We're going to turn off this. Oh, no, that's the bottle. So see that right there? That's what we don't want. So that means that it's going inside the glass. So Control Z. We want, let's go 3 here. GZ. Don't want that. Right there is fine. GZ. GZ. Don't want that. That's fine. GZ. There we go. Whoa. Not what I wanted to do. Oh, is that top? There we go. I want it to come up right. This isn't too far off, right? I could probably scale that in just slightly. I wonder if I go Loop Tools Circle. That doesn't help. GZ. And just make sure it's not sticking out of the bottle, right? It might be slightly GZ. I feel like right there on the neck is probably fine. And then if we go Alt H, I'd say that looks pretty good. So now we can go back to our camera. And now we can do the glass that I was talking about. Yeah, I think that looks fantastic. I think that looks fantastic. Looks great. Okay. So the next step would be Shift A, Mesh, Cube. No, I think we'll do a plane. Rotate X, 90. Scale Z. Looking for something like this, GY. Scale X. Control A, set scale, tab. Now what we want to do is Control R, and we want to put a few loop cuts in this. That's fine. And then we want to go one, two, three, and I'll zoom in on this. We're just grabbing every other edge here. 4, 5, 6, right? GZ, we're gonna move these up. Actually, yeah, GZ. Move these up by 0.3. And then we're gonna grab these. Oh wait, Control Z, Control Z. We can go Control I to select, oh no, never mind, Control Z. I was thinking that there was only the other edges to select, but they're not. Now we'll grab all of the down edges. And we're gonna go G, Z, down 0.3. Boom. Tab. Oh, now we can go all. Let's inset this. I. That's fine. It's about right there. And then all. Let's go extrude. Just gonna make like a little bar. Tab. Now I'm gonna go 3 to grab this face. And I'm gonna come all the way over here to the end. And let's grab this face while hitting Control Shift. And that'll grab that, only the middle faces. And we're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side. Shift click this first face. Come all the way to this end. Control Shift click that face. And then both of these, if we come in here, we're gonna scale on the Y. Just slightly. Just like super slightly. Tab. And then I have glass pane already made. So it's the same exact material that's on this, except it is a 1.8 index of refraction. I'll bring this over here so you can actually see it. 1.8 index of refraction and 0.144 roughness, so that we're getting this kind of like really nice diffusion in the background. Now one thing I am going to do here is I might go tab and I might scale this out just slightly. Scale Y. I don't want it to be too strong here. What I do want is tab, a subdivision surface modifier. So we're gonna we can either go to our modifiers panel, or you can just hit Control 2 and that'll add one in. Now one thing I am noticing on this is it's still kind of blocky, right? So now I'm gonna go tab, all, right click, subdivide, and we'll go, you know, twice. And then just hit tab, get out of that, and there is that. Now we can also add in a bevel modifier. To kind of help with this, and we can set that to like 4. And if you don't like that roughness, like you can make this more transparent, right? But I really like kind of the way that that's looking. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Shift D, bring one further back, and let's hide that. I want these to be at, oh, I guess that's in front, which is fine. So we can rotate this on the Z axis, G, Y. I want one of these to be going behind this one, but in front of this one, right? And then maybe rotate X slightly up. So it's just catching a little bit of that light. And this one is going to be the opposite direction, right? Rotate Z. We want this one to be facing this direction. And we want it to be going in front of this one, but behind this one. And maybe even in between these two. So let's rotate Z. Rotate Z. Rotate Z. GZ. So this one should be behind. Let's rotate Z. G, Y. And then we just got to make sure that this one is not intersecting GZ. And if these are a little too drastic, one thing you can do, like if you don't want it to be such a high volume of ups and downs, if that's a little too jagged, you can scale these on their individual Z's. Wait, scale these on their individual Y's. And just make those curves a little less, right? And then scale them out a little bit as well on their x-axis. And that just makes those curves a lot smoother. But I really like, and this honestly looks better than the other ones that I did, so I'm glad I ended up making these again and didn't stick with those. I just think that this looks really good. The reason I wanted to do this is in his, these barely move. All of this barely moves. If we take these and we move them on the Z-axis, or on their x-axis, their local x-axis, it looks like they're flowing. Like you get this flowing kind of like glass look. And that's just gonna add some beautiful refraction in here. Especially if they're going opposite directions. Like one's going right to left and this one's going left to right. Like it's just, especially because it's in front of one, behind another, right? Like that can look really, really good. I do not like that this one is, I really want this one to be in front. Rotate Z, G, X, like that. Incredible. I really like how that looks. I just think that looks so good. Especially if these lavenders are kind of like bobbing slightly up and down. I feel like this is a fantastic hero shot. Now, is it on the level of his hero shots? Definitely not. We're definitely learning as we go, right? We learned what his process is. Our design will become better the more that we do this. But I think it's just useful in general to have to have this going. And let me just double check that this is, yes, okay, cool. I was afraid. I was like, oh shoot, no, like, maybe I didn't get off the starting screen, but no, we're doing just fine. So, that's good, that's good. Things seem to be looking fantastic here. Let's Alt-Tab back into our shot here, and I think that this is just fantastic. I say we start doing a little bit of animation here. And just bear with me, we can also take this, we can take one of these, make it unique, purple glass, and we can tint this slightly, just ever so slightly purple. Or maybe even like a complementary color to the purple, right? So not quite red, not quite pink, just like a very subtle purple. Just to add that in, right? And I really like that. I think we should do purple glass with this as well. Purple glass. And now we can turn our camera back on. And if this is right where we want it to kind of land this close, maybe we pull out. So what we'll do is we'll come here, we'll go to our timeline, and I'm gonna just bring this over to, I think like right here, y'all can still see it. But if you can't, I'll just do this, right? And this last shot, what are we at? We should be at 30 frames per second, probably no less than that at least. No reason to do 60 FPS on this. I mean, we could if you want it to be really smooth, but I also want some motion blur, right? Motion blur can be really useful in some of the shots, especially faster moving shots. So I'm gonna leave this like this. I love how this glass looks. This glass looks incredible. It looks so fantastic, and I'm so glad that I did the very glad that I did the kind of more diffused oil. I think that looks great. Cool. Now, one thing that we want to do is I want this one moving that direction, but I want this one moving forward and the other one moving the opposite direction. I want this one moving back. Let's get this all the way to the end, right here. And let's get this one all the way to the end here. And I like the idea of them going in opposite directions. I really want them to be closer to the same distance. I don't like the jaggedness of this because it's going off. So I'm gonna scale this on the x-axis until it is about the same wavelength. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then I might move this slightly forward just to get that a little bit further into the back. I barely want these to be in focus, right? Let's see if there's any other little thing we can add in here, any other little prop. Another thing we have is we have these going pretty directionally linear, right? They're going directly linear. We could rotate these up, right? And we can just undo this if we don't like it, right? ZZ. Rotate ZZ. So that one's going up that way, then this one should go down. ZZ. I like them being a little, I love this X right here. That's incredible. It's like, this could look really sick. So see, like we're still coming up with stuff as we go. We're just setting up this final hero shot, which is really cool because we can use this motif of the flowing lines now further on earlier. Instead of just setting up the bottle and having it move around at the beginning of your animation, starting it this way is just, it's completely changing the trajectory of those intro shots. And now we have figured out what that motif is going to be, which is fantastic in my opinion. Yeah, just incredible. Very excited on this. And just like this one's got light middle, but a dark kind of outside going on here. And this one has darker middle, but kind of highlights on the outside, which really just plays off of each other really well. I really like how that looks. I will say, we're not really catching that these are going behind, but I think as we move them, it will. So let's take this GXX and let's move it right until it shows up, the edge shows up in frame here. Right there, okay. And then, let's see with this one as well, GXX. So that's the edge of that one. Yeah, that's incredible. I think I want these to be flowing towards camera, not away though. Actually, this one will be flowing away, this one will be flowing towards, which I think will be really cool. So let's give it a shot. Let's start with, camera is going to start here, and maybe we'll move other stuff. Let's see what this looks like. Let's rotate this on the x-axis. I don't like how out of focus that is. Just testing this out. That's kind of interesting. Just some slight warp happening there, right? Okay, and so if we rotate this more, just slightly throughout the whole shot, you're just getting a little bit of that glare. Just seeing what happens. So if we go from here, we can go I, and hey Siri, 250 frames at 30 frames per second.
Here's what I found.
Hey Siri, 250 divided by 30.
It's approximately 8.3333.
Yeah, I feel like 8-second outro is more than enough. So let's come to here, 250, rotate this to right. I don't want it to show up on that edge. So I think that's fine. Right there. I. So we're just getting slight kind of changes there over 8 seconds. Move it back over here. See what else we can do here. At 1 frame. That's fine. And honestly, we might just stop it right. We might just drag this out, right? Until right at the end of this. Just have that move slowly. That seems fine. Let's go I. Delete. So that's just, we're just getting that slight lens flare that's happening right over the top. I don't even know if you guys can see that. It's very subtle. I kind of think that that looks really pretty. And then let's just go back to our first keyframe here. Let's grab our camera and let's go I, And then after 250 frames, next keyframe, zoom in on this. 250, G, ZZ. I. And this way, we just have a slight push in, right? Little 8-second slow push in. It's just gradually getting bigger. And while all of that is happening, I think what we'll have is this on frame 1, I. On 250, G, Z, X, X. We'll bring this all the way over till it shows up right there. I. This one right here. I. 250, G, X, X. Make sure it's not intersecting. It is intersecting. I really don't want it to intersect. So let's go delete keyframe. So we'll go back to here. G, X, X. Right here, G, Z. Really don't want it to intersect, but I also don't want it to hit this. So R, X, X. I do want it to still be like this. ZZ. XX, rotate XX. Yeah, like that. So here we'll go I, come to 250, GXX, and we can fix any of the just right there. I. Now this, it looks like we're ending on a frame that I don't really care for. I kind of want to end on this frame. All right, let's delete this, and let's click on that, go to our camera. I'm feeling like the glass is just not in. It's not working. But that is looking cool except where it intersects. I cannot stand that it intersects. I love that it's going in and out, but it's too exactly, it needs to be the opposite of each other. They need to almost intersect, but completely miss each other, right? Oof, that's frustrating. problem here is, let's go delete keyframes on this, rotate YY 180. No, that didn't need to happen. Control Z, rotate XX 180. I. See, but it's still intersecting right now, and I cannot stand that. Control Z, no I. G, Z. I. G, XX. I. I do like that the intersection is like right behind the bottle. Now I have a question. Scale, YY. Nope, individual origins. Scale, YY. Bigger panes of glass. I like that a little bit better. Might be a little too fast though. I guess over 8 seconds though. Because we can go like this and we can preview it. Okay, what if we grab both of these? We go all, and we go right click, and we go interpolation mode is linear. That's beautiful. Oh, one intersection right there. Oh, that's so frustrating. But I am gonna say, I think that these should both be kind of flowing from one corner to the next. I don't think they should be. I think they can still be kind of going the same way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the smaller one here, and I'm going to, and we can go Q cavity just to kind of see things here. I think I'm going to take this one, rotate Y X no ZZ, and I think I'm going to mimic the other one. And let's go delete keyframes, Control Z, delete keyframes, rotate X, Y, Z, Z. It's easy. We're gonna go like this, GZ, G, XX, that starts right there. I like the large and the small. I think that works really well. And then we're gonna go I 250 GXX. Oh, well, hopefully this will work. So right here, I and then all of these are going to be linear. Yeah, that obviously intersects. So Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Let's go rotate XX 180. GXX. So it's going to be right here. I GXX. I want them to just miss each other, which is obviously not what's going to happen here. I all interpolation mode linear I think that looks great. I almost want to go to this one and have this one kind of flowing down. So right here, delete that keyframe, GXX, right until the very end, right there, GZ. I. Interpolation mode, linear. And I think that looks really good. Now, my other question would actually be, can I Control Z? Can I swap these? Frame 1, frame 250. I. And I'm thinking that looks really good because they're both kind of like not staying in the same spot. And if we turn this on, they're both like, I don't know, I think this looks incredible. Man, I really do like when they're right behind each other too. So we might even having them go the same direction might even be cool too, right? I think that looks so good. And along with that, I love how diagonal this one is. I don't like how undiagonal this one is. I almost want this one. Dude, let's delete these keyframes. Rotate ZZ GZ. GXX. Yeah, I don't like that because that's cutting into this. I do not want it to cut into that. Oh, maybe it isn't. Oh, that looks so much better. Oh my gosh, that looks so much better. Yeah, that looks incredible. So let's go I right here. GXX. GZ. I. Interpolation, linear. Yes, dude, that looks incredible. Especially with that camera low punch in. Dude, what I want to do with this camera now, let's do this. Let's go, boom. Let's go to the graph editor on this camera. We're just gonna grab that Y location. Y location, turn everything else off. N to hide that menu. If you press and hold Control and then click your middle mouse, you can kind of scale this up to really like, and we want, you don't know how bad I want this to like ramp and then slow down, like so bad. Even faster than that, even more than that. GX. GX. Slow as heck. And then just ramp in. Just a slight ramp in. Just zzz, and just fade. And then the next step would truly be, and this is something that I'm really double checking on this because I do not want, I mean, it's hidden behind there. GX. These all are going to slightly move. Slightly move. Just fall. They're just gonna just fall. That's all they're gonna do. Just light fall. Very light, just turning, maybe some Z rotation. But we'll go to timeline here. And just starting like right here, that might, right on that, it's gonna just fall. I. Frame 250. This is going to be like G, Z, G, X. Just so slight. G, Z, G, X. G, Z. Rotate Y. Just like so slight. And this is going to be G, X, rotate Y. Nope, Control Z. Is that going through? Let's see it. Nope. This is gonna come out this way. G, Z, rotate Y. G, Z. I. What? Oh, I didn't put I on this. I just moved these. I. GX. GZ. Rotate Y. I. See, so just so subtle. Might need to be a little less subtle than that. Maybe on these. Rotate ZZ. I'll add some slight rotation in. I. Rotate ZZ. Slight rotation. I. 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 Yeah, just the slightest amount of rotation. And then now we can go into, honestly, I feel like that looks fine. And we can kind of see it a little bit better here. Oh, fuck, I hate that. I hate that that's intersecting. In the early part, that's intersecting. So this one, GX, needs to be here at the beginning, I. That's it. That's really it. I love that. That makes me so happy. Did I have a Zin in my ear? I wonder if I have a Zin in my ear. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I throw a Zin up there. But I'm thinking that's looking great, right? Like, that's fantastic. Fantastic. And now we 100% have our motif for the future, right? Which is just so incredible. I'm so stoked on it. This flowing glass. Well, you guys, I would say that that's a successful hero shot. And that would start like right here is probably where we'd edit in, right into that. Fantastic. We could even I like that. It's a little slow, right? I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I think that works really good. Because we're going to probably start this scene right here. Right when it kind of gradually comes in. But like, look at that shot, man. That's incredible. With the flowing. And that never cuts into there. That's just incredible. Oh, it does cut into this one. That's so frustrating, dude. does. It cuts right through it right there. Fuck. That's so annoying. Timeline. You know what I can do? Tab. Shift Z. Where is it cutting? Right there? There we go. Incredible. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, sorry. I'm kind of getting lost in it. I think it looks really good. Oh, fantastic. Now I want to go kind of to this animation and this animation, and I want to take these back. Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that looks really good. Just the slightest amount of motion. And honestly, this backdrop, dude. If we go to our shader editor here, get that slight purple in there. Just so slight. I don't even want this back one to be that. I think that looks so good. Now we just need a label on here, which is fine. We could do that. We do that on another stream. But I'm thinking this is working out pretty good. I'm thinking that this is looking pretty incredible. Wow, I want to know what that is. It's almost like the interior here is not sticking out. I'm thinking that looks better. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I might not even need to do this. I might not even need the translucent BSCF. I might just be able to use the roughness on this. So fully clear is just too transparent. But if we take this roughness up actually a decent amount, we're kind of getting that desired effect. I'm going to take the saturation down a little bit. Oh, I know that's not technically accurate. But that might look better, and that's really all that matters, right? That looks way better. You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if it's because this isn't rounded. So if I went 2 and selected this and scaled this, scale ZZ, scale X, Shift Z, scale Shift ZZ, GG. Just made that a little bit more like the bottle itself. This is incredible down there. think that looks better. I think that looks way better. That just looks better. Can I say it any more times? Looks better. I'm not sure I like that in there, but whatever. Honestly, at this point, this is the exact look that we were kind of looking for. Like that very diffused kind of backdrop. Now he's got like a horizon line. We have like a little bit more of a, so what we might be able to do is take this and scale this on the scale Z, Y. And then just come down here. I really want that, right now we got our exposure a little funky. I almost feel like the spot size does need to be bigger. Like that. And then rotate X. Something like this. I mean, that seems about right. And then the last thing is zoom in on this. That I think we just need it slightly less saturated, to be honest with you. I feel like it's fine. Yeah, 1.4 I think looks the best. And then this plastic cap material. Add a coat to it, add some roughness to it. You do have a bevel modifier on it. Go 0.005. No. There we go. Just that little tiny bevel right there. It just makes so much of a difference. catch that edge light. Yeah, see that can add so much to it. Let's zoom in on that. Zoom in on this. Two. Just catch that light a little bit, man. Make it look slightly more realistic. Hopefully I'm still in the no copyright playlist. That's good. That's good, that's good. All right. Guys, I think that kind of wraps up stream. I mean, I feel like we did fairly well getting this kind of set up. What would probably make this a little bit better would be some particles in the air, stuff like that. Which, honestly, we could probably do that simulation and still be totally fine. I think. I think this looks great. I'm really liking man, Apple's got me sold on that liquid glass look. But fantastic, you guys. I do super appreciate y'all coming in. We can go modeling here, view camera, turn this and this off. And if you're on the not vertical, if you're on the actual portrait stream, this is a much better kind of view. I think this looks fantastic. This is exactly kind of the vibe we're going for. I love the depth of field we got on the glass. I think all of this is just looking great. It'll definitely be fun editing together all of these live streams into one video that's like more of a tutorial on this for the channel. I think it'll be a good study. On the portrait mode live stream, I don't have my face on it so that I can edit it without me being on there, which will be good. And I guess we could run this animation here. Yeah, I think that just looks incredible. The depth too. that I think we're gonna get by having all that other stuff in the background. One thing I do want to click on here is I'm gonna go to my camera real quick, and I want to go to, oh, am I in edit mode? Tab. Camera, I want to go, excuse me, my heavens. I want to take this f-stop back just slightly. Let's take it back until the lavender completely breaks, which is right there. Lavender breaks at 40, well, shit, we don't need to go to 49. Lavender starts to break at around 8.5, where it stops looking realistic. So maybe 7. I feel like it's not bad. Fantastic. Let's take a little screenshot for our next live stream when we start setting up our camera, and I will get this exported out. Maybe actually I won't, because we also need to create a label. And so maybe I'll do a YouTube video on how to create a label and get it on your material. Oh my heavens. Oh. All right. Well, this was a blast, you guys. And look at that. Look at this. We got it. We got that little soft glow that he has on this. Oh, it's not this one. Which one is it? This one. Soft glow is just incredible. I do want to know what he's using for a glass shader on this, and if he's not just tinting the glass itself, which it doesn't look like he is, because this is. I want to know how he's doing that. That's incredible. It just looks so real. Yeah, I'd be intrigued to see how people do fluids inside bottles, because like this just looks insane. This is almost too well lit, but I'm liking the vibe of it. I'm liking the vibe of it a lot. Some detail in here. I think everything's looking fine. Down there might be a little funky. I wonder if we go into this. Light paths. And we go into transmission. No, that doesn't change much. Cut the direct light. That's interesting. all the direct light is blocked. Yeah, that is interesting. I wonder if you could do that with that's kind of cool. We can definitely get some cool shots though. Like, I think this one's great. That's fantastic. Cool stuff. Oh, that's cool too. Right? Ooh, what about down here through this? That could be cool, especially if this is like out of focus and we're focusing on that. Oh, I think I know why this is so purple. It's because the ground's purple. I was wondering, I was like, what's with this purple here? Well, that's fine. Control V. All right, guys. I guess we'll end it there. Let's see if my Streamlabs deck, so now I know. So if I go quickly back to layout, and see how dark purple that is? I was like, dude, what's going on there? If I go to the ground floor and I set this to white, there you go. That cleans that up. So then maybe what I'll do is I'll do this, new, and maybe we set this to slightly pink instead. Shoot, we could even set this to like a green. I'm thinking pink. Like a purple. Or a yellow. Yellow and purple goes really well together. So does the green. I don't know. We'll have to mess around with it. I think that looks really pretty too. It is slightly messing with the color of our bottle, but we could always go saturation up on that. And then we could click on this too. And we could go saturation up on this too. Honestly, hue a little bit more on the purple side. I think that looks sick. Oh, all right. I think that's it. I think that's as far as we're gonna get today. I do like that. That looks really good. It's definitely more colorful, more of like a branded look. I do believe it's too well lit though. This is making me want to hide this. Nope, not that. That one's fine. Hide this. And hide this. I just feel like that looks so much better. see this. Well, this whole thing is so damn blown out. But this, still kind of the same thing. The difference is this doesn't have anything in the background, so getting that perfectly lit is going to be one thing. This barely has anything in the background because it's got that giant diffusion. And you do see this like reflecting off of that, or this it's like reflecting off that. So you still kind of do see it, right? And dude, that could just be a flat image. It really could. See, there is some kind of line right there, and I have no clue what that is. I'm guessing it's this. No, that's not it. So that must have to do with the glass itself inside the bottle. To get that, I'm intrigued. And that, I'm very intrigued. I want to know what he did there. If he just filled it with like literally volume scatter. Like, is the glass one-sided? And then, because like I don't know how to get rid of that. This looks great. That could also be it, right? Like, it could just be that my glass is supposed to be on the outside. It's just supposed to be skinnier. Because look at that. That's much more what he's got going on there. So maybe that's something I have to do. Maybe I have to... Maybe I have to do that. I just want to see what that looks like. That might be the move, y'all. And just make it thinner. Just make the bottle itself thinner. I'm thinking that's what I'm supposed to do. And then, honestly, just take tab, take this, Shift Z, scale Shift Z. Dude, there we go. Holy shit, that looks better. That looks way better. All right. Okay, I will say, I mean, this is making a lot of sense to me. I don't know if this is making sense to you guys. I mean, that's it. That is so much closer to what that is. Not quite what this is. I still have no clue what he did there. But this looks way better than the other one. Maybe not. Maybe that does look better. This is what we had. This is what we have now. What happens if we take that roughness down? I mean, that's not bad, but like I just feel like that looks better. And then take the roughness up again. What was that at? 1.4? And then the roughness was up. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that looks incredible. Go 2. Just see what it looks like. I've never done this before. No, we do. We want this. We want this roughness to be, and we want the index of refraction to be down at like 1.4. I think 1.4 looks the best. I think that looks incredible. Okay. This is where we're at. Yeah, this one. This looks. I agree with myself. This looks way better. And I think that people understand that that's supposed to be lavender because no one's really looking close at it. I think that they're just looking at this. Now, they might be looking at it, and they might see that it's photogrammetry, which is fine, you know? I still think that this looks fine. Okay, cool. Guys, we went another 30 minutes over what we were supposed to go over, but Command Save, lavender oil. We now have our hero shot. We are at stage 1 complete. And that, I think, looks fantastic. I am wondering if I want to drop this floor down a little bit to get something more like that. Yes, I do. Command Save. Because I'm looking at the bottom of this and I'm like, it's so bright. I just want some contrast there. And this to me looks so much better. It's like it's so vignetted, right? He even has like a ground plane, right? He has a horizon line that he's sticking with. I'm just gonna have that U shape there. I think that looks incredible. All right, guys. This was great. This was fantastic. Let's see if my Streamlabs controller will work. If not, I never said goodbye here, but if I did, goodbye.